Okay, good evening. And we're into spring now, so we can spring clean all those cobwebs, come out of hibernation and do some trading, eh? And to give you a good start into spring, yes, hopefully, yes, we can do the sound check. Sounds good, great. Well done, guys. All right, excellent. So we have sound. Okay. Just a bit of information about pound Aussie. Okay. Oh, generally most pound crosses. Okay. During the afternoon session, a pound pair will generally look for a high or low in that session. Okay. So as you can see over here, it was just finishing off the morning session, and early on in the beginning of the afternoon session, it got a high outside, and as you can see, it's proceeded to get a low, and that can happen in a session where it gets a high and a low in that session. Okay, but obviously there'll be generally a movement of minimum 50 pips in that session. Yeah. So over here, as you can see, we know the afternoon session is the blue shaded area. And you can see price action coming into the afternoon was looking for low. We had all our different criterias, the things that make up the 4 criteria for a down trade or a sell trade or a short trade. You know, window 3 and 4, pink. Window 3 starting to get pink. Price action in the sell zone. Current high, yep. And once again, you know, a lot of times early in the afternoon, it only has a little bit more to get a high, and it completes it. Okay. So for those people that do trade the afternoon sessions, these are some of the things that can help you to take a lot of profit and allow you to go for your 2 and 3 for 1 sometimes, or 4 for 1, but knowing there's that sort of movement. And when you get your alerts and the different time frames, your vertical line alerts, you know, it really is quite okay. Over here, you can see it did have reach a current high diamond. Okay, later on and jumped, but that's a 75 pip trade. Yeah, we expect there to be a blue vertical line there. You can always refresh it, see if it there. But again, from this, without a doubt, in there we would have found a vertical line either in the 5-minute or 30-minute. Okay, so it's very hard to hide that sort of movement. Okay, so you can see, even with that little bit of information, your trading can have a directive, and a lot of times the trade's already committed itself to a sell or a buy, yeah, going into that session. Okay, so okay, over here, and once again, okay, it moved down to go up. Okay, and this let's have a look. 10:30 plus 7, so it's 5:30. You know, so at 5:45, there would have been a blue line alert. It's found itself a diamond, a current low diamond outside the river. So if it's looking in this period of the afternoon session, it's looking for high, it will make highs and lows. Okay, so if it's already found a low and it's outside the river, it wants to come back in, and look for a high because it's already found a low, so it won't be looking for it again. And if it did, your windows 2, 3, and 4, etc., and your river center line would be looking very different. Yeah. So just in case you wanted to ask that question, let me answer that quickly. All right. So once again, in that session, that's what it's looking for. At least a high or a low, and sometimes both. Okay. So minimum 50 pip trade is always on for the taking in there. Most of the time it's more than that. Okay. So was that a bit of helpful information for you pound Aussie traders? No comment? Okay. So if there's no questions regarding that, we shall move on. Okay. Okay, I can see the question. All right. I've always said that if you're not happy with a color, you can always change it so it's easier to see. Okay. So for those that find it hard to see the blue one, okay, all you need to do is either go to right click and select indicator list and go to LGTMA and just change it to yellow or another color if you prefer. Okay. Okay, what am I trying to help you with when I put that yellow line there? Okay. Let's first, okay. So one of the things that we're looking for to assist us is to see when price ceases to go in one direction and resumes an initial direction, okay? Okay, so we have a confirmed vertical red line, okay? So red vertical line, confirmed. It at least would like to get to the opposite riverbank that it's going towards, the opposite channel. Okay, so vertical line, when it's confirmed, gives us destinations. It indicates a direction, and if it's confirmed, that direction of down, it also then gives you for the destinations to look for. Okay, so the best thing about working with the vertical lines is that it gives you key bits of information that will help you manage your trade, to take profit, and your risk management, position sizing, all those things, yeah? So although they can happen later or whatever, and confirmation might take 3 or 4 or 10 candles there, but if it doesn't achieve its minimum take profits and its destinations, then it will endeavor to. Okay. Now, if it's going down a lot of times, the question is, how can I re-enter? When can I re-enter? Is it safe for me to re-enter if I hadn't gotten in close to the beginning of the confirmed line? So what do you notice about when the yellow line crosses back below the white Keltner channel, the white line? Okay. What it does is, in case we don't notice the price has ceased going up and now it's come below the white line. Okay. So what it does is, because it's working on an average of 5 candles, it adds and divides, etc. Okay, so the yellow line comes down, that means over the last current candle plus 4, price is actually decreasing in value. So we get a cross, okay, which means that on average, the average is looking to go below the white line, which is a slightly different average, okay? So a lot of trading is working with these fast moving averages, which are able to go and give us information over a number of candles. Okay, so because if you're only going candle per candle, if you get a spike, your emotion is this, oh, it's changed direction, where it really isn't changing direction. You can see the spike here, it's spiked up, but the averages tell us it's not really ready to go up. Okay, so what average does, it takes out these spikes as price moves down, because that's the nature of price. It's very hard to contain price in every single candle, because the number of people that decides to place a trade or to take a position in any of these 5 minutes is very different. I could have 100 people doing in this 5 minutes and then do nothing, and I might only have 10 the next, 5 the next, and then so I could have one big trader that's put a large amount. Okay, so these could cause the fluctuations, but overall movement is still down. So the only way we can actually see that information and keep calm and have more information is having the averages over a number of candles, so that they smooth out each individual candle to give us a truer picture of direction. Okay, so over here at the top, before the red vertical line came, we had some commitment. The price was looking to go down, and we got a quick warning, an early warning, when the yellow line crossed below the white. Now this is the blue one on yours. I've shown you how to change the color if you wish. Okay, it's yeah, it might be, it's not the easiest color to see. Okay, so it's given us an early warning that prices look the price is moving downwards based on the average of the previous 5 candles. Okay, so, and as you can see, the yellow line remained and didn't cross above the white one, and you can see price kept moving down. The spike occurred, but really didn't make price go up. Okay, and then over here we can see the price is getting to an extreme, to the boundary. The riverbank's a boundary, yeah. So whether we have a riverbank or a fence, it's basically what's keeping the water within. And if it does exceed it, it always tries to come back in within the river, within the boundaries of the river, yeah. So over here, it's hit the channel and the pink riverbank. Okay, so there's expectation that it'll pull back. That means it'll go in the reverse direction, which it did. And then we can see, once again, we got an early indication that price is ready to resume as it crosses below the white line, yeah. And we can see, once again, that yellow being below white. In the background, we've got orange has remained above the pink center line, also giving us a double confirmation the price still has an intention to go further down. Okay, so that's the reason for that. Whether it's annoying and you don't need it, it's fine. Okay, I always put information and display information in more than one place. Okay, why do I say that? Or how can I show you? If you look at when the white crosses below, the yellow crosses below the white, you'll notice down here in window 5, we have price cross below 0. Yeah. So they're nearly quite in step with each other. So whether you see it up in window 1, the information is repeated in more than one area. Okay, so once again, once we have direction, and if when we get a confirmed vertical line, we've got a direction, we've got destination, and really now with window 5, and even with the yellow line going above the white and going above the river center line, it's actually an average of all those candles going upwards, going back in the sell zone for pulling back so it can come back further down. Yep. And in reverse when it's doing a buy. Okay. The most important part is to get destination and to do risk management, we need to better have a candle identified that we can apply all this framework around. Yeah. So yes, there's plenty of trades and there's no vertical line. Doesn't mean that it's still not going to go to the opposite riverbank. But then what happens is, how would you consistently select which candle to do all your measuring for? Yeah. So having a system where the template actually identifies a unique candle, when it's confirmed, we then know that based on this candle, we can do our trade management lines, our stop levels, our take profit levels. And as well as that, when it's confirmed, it actually says that it will wants to get a current low diamond. That means a diamond with a white dotted line joining it. Okay, so there's a hell of a lot of information that comes with that confirmation. Okay, over here, it's confirmed, and you can see it went sideways, but it's still got its diamond current high. It didn't achieve the opposite riverbank. The thing is, our profit would have been set there, but one of our exit rules is that when a diamond appears, then the rule says close your trade. Okay. If it keeps going up, once again, if it wants to keep going up, it'll always generally give you an opportunity when it pulls back to go back up. Okay. And if it doesn't, so what? There'll be another trade coming. All right. So that's just once again showing you some of the benefits of having the yellow line in its position and when it crosses, and how to use it once you've got an established direction and destination. And the additional benefit is window 5 actually can make a noise. It won't give you a push notification, okay, but it will actually give you a pop-up and a noise and call your attention that, hey, I'm about to jump up. And what you're looking for is, if it does that, is that you'd basically expect that either the yellow's just crossed above, if it's the histograms in window 5 are above 0, yeah. And if it's below, you'd probably expect the yellow line cross below. Okay, so when the yellow line crosses the white, it doesn't make a noise. Okay, so knowing that how our attention span can be all over the place sometimes, and we're easily distracted, the template attempts to provide some sort of an alert to bring your attention back to the chart. Okay, so it has the additional benefit of making a sound and give you a pop-up. All right, so now, okay, so unless there's an open trade right now that we can enter, okay, so let's have a look. M15 is completed. Oh, got its initial profit target. It's produced a diamond with a dotted current low. Okay, so 15 pips or channels up there, 15 pips or pink riverbank. Okay, so it's achieved its minimum target of 15 pips for a 15-minute time frame for Euro Yen, and there would be a yellow line at the pink riverbank. So as you can see, achieved those two targets as well as achieving a diamond. Okay, vertical lines confirmed, and once again you can see yellow cross below, white, orange timing line, or green line if you like to call that. Yep, is above river center line, dotted yellow or pink center line. Okay, we have a current high. So over here, it may be preparing to move back to the other side of the river, or basically pull back to come back down. But for us, following our rules, we've entered a trade, taken profit, happy with that trade. We'll go for a break. Okay. So over here, we didn't get any vertical lines, but you can see once again, prices in the buy zone, prices outside the river. And yes, there's a movement up there and that, but once again, with no frame of reference and that, most people would start doing their own thing and selecting, and then some stage they'll be guessing, and it mightn't look as good as this. In fact, later on when they try to repeat this without a vertical line confirmation, they'll find that a lot of times they get themselves in trouble. The reason why I provided red vertical lines and blue vertical lines is when they're confirmed, it has a very high probability of achieving everything it says it's going to achieve. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look. Okay, so strategy tester. I move my slider there so it's not so fast. I start it and place a template there. Okay. What I'm going to demonstrate is that, yes, the vertical line might appear several candles later, but the important thing is the information it gives us. Okay, so we'll just wait for a vertical line. And the wonderful thing about this is, okay, you can see this vertical line appeared pretty much about 4 or 5 candles afterwards. Okay, windows 3 and 4 were green prior to this, so there's a confirmation there. So what this tells us, we've got current low diamond. Yep, we know that's a low because it's got a day. Got a vertical line. We've got green in windows 3 and 4. Orange lines below dotted yellow or green center line. Okay, so this is one in the destinations are channel, river, and once again, we can also mark from there 20 pips and 20 pips up. Okay, this is our first destination. Is a channel line, and it either gets hit or an appearance of a diamond occurs, which means we exit the trade. Yeah. Okay. Notice I could still use that confirmed blue line because it hadn't achieved its target, its destinations, or a current high diamond. I could only know that and be confident in my information if I've got a confirmed blue line. So for the people that worry that a blue line appears or a vertical red line appears, or gets confirmed 5 or 6 candles or 10 candles later, if it hadn't achieved its target, you can still use it. Okay, so rather than say, oh, geez, that wasn't there then, blah, blah, it wasn't confirmed, just realize that a thing is true whether it happens right then and there, or the candle after, or becomes true a little bit later. Our system and template takes into account the nature of price action and allows us to take advantage of it in its natural movement. Yeah. So we actually expect it to repaint, and because we're asking it to do a lot, you know, for that blue line, it needs higher time frames. So it can't confirm that information until, say, a 30-minute candle's finished, which is 6 candles. Okay, so just know that if it could have drawn it earlier, it would have, but it doesn't stop the information being true and for us to utilize and use it. Okay. Oops, I better get rid of those lines so it doesn't confuse for later. Notice I can still place vertical, horizontal lines and everything on it. So you can do this anytime. It can be on the weekend and that. So okay, whoops, I missed that one, didn't I? Whoops. Okay, so what I meant was, over here, this red vertical line didn't get a diamond yet. It was confirmed. It has to get a diamond with a lower line. Okay, it pulled back, and then it went and hit the riverbank. And that. So once again, another demonstration that when it's confirmed, whether it takes 1 or 2 candles or 10 candles, once it's confirmed, it's information. Okay, this is not confirmed. All right, because window 4 is pink. Okay, I've slowed it right down. You can see now it's confirmed. Yeah. So once again, 5 minutes, 20 pips for channel, 20 pips up. It's up here above the river. The riverbank would be one of our targets. Okay. And there's our diamond. Okay. So I don't ever want people to say, but that line painted and got confirmed ages afterwards. You can still use that information, and that's how you use it. Okay. I'll stop this now. I think I've demonstrated what I need to demonstrate. Okay. All right. Any questions? We're quiet tonight. Okay. So I think I've covered nearly every question that's been asked for the last 5 years, because they usually repeat themselves. Cool. All right. Thank you. So, and that's why vertical line trading, fulcrum trading, is a whole process, because it gives you the framework and the template actually utilizes that knowledge, and it's built around those formulas, and it does take into account that the chart will repaint. It takes that, in fact, it makes it an advantage rather than a disadvantage. Okay, so and patience when the lines come, or anytime you turn up. Yeah. Okay, so you can see a particular movement. 15 is 30 pips or channel. Okay, so 30, it's nearly got 4 to 1. Okay, but notice where it went down to. Got to the river bank, got to the channel. Oh, sorry, it got to the channel. It got to the river bank. It got to the 2.36 open percentage level, and price was still very much wanting to go down. So the next thing in sight was that, and then it still wanted to go down. As you can see, the most important thing for us, if it wants to keep going down, can we see where it wants to go? Okay, so that's where these additional levels that get placed on it by the template are there to assist in showing you a destination of attraction, the price would like to go to if it still has more momentum. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's too much more. I think that's pretty jam-packed already. Yeah. So you can use the crosses, you can listen to the noise of the alert, but now you know how they can all gel together. All right. Yeah. I'll leave it there because yeah, this question. Okay, cool. So this is my contribution to the beginning of springtime, and have a great week and enjoy spring. And for those footy fans, finals. Okay, so thank you. Good night all.